Okay, 2020 wasn't a great year, but for me at least, I ate better last year than at any other time of my life. This is partly due to the fact that even in the worst of times, New York City is one of the greatest food capitals on earth. Now, I've enjoyed tons of great food over the last year, but I've narrowed it down to some of my top favorites and some of the most unique. One of the most fun experiences was when I went to Jollibee for the first time. Jollibee is a multinational Filipino fast food chain. I went to the location in Woodside, Queens and had one of their unique and bizarre combo meals of fried chicken and spaghetti. It was good, it was fun, except the sauce on the spaghetti was a little too sweet for my taste. However, the best thing I ate there was the peach mango pie. It's like the pies you get at McDonald's, but leaps and bounds better. The outer texture was so crisp and flavorful, but the inside, with the peaches and mango, added the perfect sweet element with nice chunks of fruit. It was amazing, and it only cost about $3, and it came from a fast food restaurant. This brings up an important point. I don't like food prudes. Good food can come from anywhere. It doesn't have to be fancy or expensive. The peach mango pie at Jollibee was wonderful. On the opposite end of the spectrum was my Michelin-starred lunch at Del Posto in Chelsea of New York City. This stands out not only because everything I ate was extraordinary, this was also one of the only Michelin-starred restaurant experiences I had indoors before the pandemic hit. I can't wait to return to Del Posto. It's truly one of the best Italian restaurants in New York City. Plus, I have a gift card. In terms of the best sandwich I had all year, that's easy. It's a pastrami sandwich I got from Pastrami Queen on the Upper East Side. That is a thing of beauty. Just look at that juicy pastrami, stacked high. 2 simple slices of rye, just wonderful. The pastrami was simply perfect. It was hot, juicy, and bursting with flavor. See, look how fatty and beautiful that meat is. The bread was nothing special, but the meat is what the sandwich is all about. So good. Eating this, it was impossible not to smile. I love this sandwich. Regarding another iconic New York City staple, pizza, the best I had was from John's of Bleecker Street in Greenwich Village. I got a pie of half sausage and half pepperoni. These are classic flavors. There's nothing fancy about the pizza, but it's done so right. Because it's cooked in a coal-fire brick oven, the pie maintains an incredible char and texture. Combined with the quality ingredients, this was not only the best pizza I had all year, it was one of the best I've ever had, period. I'm so happy. Regarding one of my other favorite comfort foods, ramen, the best I had came from the Michelin-starred Jeju Noodle Bar in Greenwich Village. I had the family ramyeon, which contained a rich pork broth, porchetta, shrimp, squid, pickled jalapenos, Whittier mushrooms, and Calabrian chili. This bowl of soup was like eating an ocean filled with goodness. There is so much stuff in this ramen, resulting in a ton of flavor, all in the right proportions. There's ramen, and then there's ramen. This is the latter. It surpassed every other ramen dish I've had by a mile. While the food at the restaurant can get costly, this bowl of ramen was heaven. It was worth it. Staying on the topic of noodles, but without the soup, are the stir-fried lamb noodles I got at Henan Hui Mian or Henan Feng Wei in Flushing, Queens. This plate of hand-pulled biang-biang noodles with the most tender and delicious lamb is comfort food at its finest. There's so much great food in NYC, but to find such a spectacular dish like this in a nondescript, almost hidden restaurant feels like I struck gold. I've had so much great stuff from Queens Bakehouse and Astoria, Queens over the last year. The quality of every item they sell is outstanding, but the most memorable is the homemade candy bar. It looks simple, and it is, but my experience with candy bars are mostly with mass-produced packaged treats like Milky Ways or Twix. Having something that's crafted by hand with great care and quality ingredients simply kicks the crap out of all those on the shelf store-bought candy bars. Now, I still love those candy bars, but the homemade candy bar from Queen's Bakehouse is leaps and bounds better. When it comes to tacos, I had some really great ones over the last year, but the best I had were the arrachera flank steak tacos from the Michelin-starred Ojo Moco in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. These picture-perfect tacos contained queso asado, caramelized onions, and a salsa macha. Simply put, these were the best tacos I've ever had. The steak was cooked perfectly and coated with a heavenly seasoning. These tacos made me happy to be alive. They were a masterpiece. We all know 2020 wasn't the best year, but one of the best lessons I learned was to appreciate everything I had far more. The simple act of sitting down to enjoy some good food, whether it's takeout or socially distanced outdoor dining, was such a good mental boost for me when there are so many problems alive in the world outside. Of course, there's a lot more I would have liked to have done, but the simple fact that I was healthy and I still got to do what I loved, well, I consider that a win. Despite everything, I had some really great food. But still, here's to hoping that 2021 is far better for us all.